In the MacBook's return is bad video that I will link up here, I discussed how if Apple releases a 13-inch MacBook this fall that's cheaper than the MacBook Air, then the sales of the 13-inch MacBook Air would drastically decrease. However, this would not mark the first time that Apple has attempted to kill the MacBook Air if that rumor is true. However, the MacBook Air is a key laptop in Apple's lineup that sells well, so why would they discontinue it? Let's get into it. As I discussed more in my retrospective on the 12-inch MacBook, which I'll link up here, the MacBook Air was intended to be Apple's most compact laptop when it was unveiled in 2008. However, the MacBook Air's overall design began looking outdated in 2015, and its name also became irrelevant when Apple then released a more compact 12-inch MacBook with a new design and a Retina display. Despite Apple clearly attempting to transition MacBook Air users to the MacBook Air still outsold the MacBook because it was $300 cheaper and lacked the key issues of the 12-inch MacBook being overheating, the unreliable butterfly keyboard, and limited I/O of only one USB-C port and a headphone jack. However, the 12-inch MacBook was not Apple's only attempt to kill the MacBook Air, for when Apple unveiled a redesigned MacBook Pro in October 2016, they stated the base 13-inch model without a touch bar would be a great update for MacBook Air users. Although that theoretically would be true, the base 2016 MacBook Pro initially started at $1,499, $500 more than the MacBook Air then, and also featured a butterfly keyboard, only USB-C ports, and a headphone jack, and it had overheating issues, none of which the then latest 2015 MacBook Air had. Despite their two attempts to kill the MacBook Air, it proceeded to sell well even when Apple updated it in 2017 while keeping this overall same design since 2010. Therefore, Apple finally caved in 2018 and updated the MacBook Air to finally feature a Retina display, USB-C ports, and an overall new design. Although the 2018 MacBook Air was still criticized for its limited port selection, thermal issues, and its butterfly keyboard, those issues became rectified as more people adopted USB-C. Apple removed the butterfly keyboard from the early 2020 MacBook Air, and once Apple switched the MacBook Air's inefficient Intel processor for the efficient M1 chip in late 2020. Do you also find it crazy that Apple attempted to kill the MacBook Air? Please comment your opinions about that down below. As always, thank you all for watching this video. I'm the iTunes family, and peace out.